Fact only boxing. So Dillian Whyte did as he said he would do. Got Lucas Browne out of there. He was really, really impressive today. I'm not gonna lie. I've always been one of these people that trust Dillian Whyte because I've never believed in him. But today I saw Dillian Whyte who showed up in great shape, and this is as good as he's ever looked. He had the perfect combination of boxing, landing big shots, and obviously finished with a flourish. And yeah, can't take any credit away from what he did tonight. Even though Lucas Browne was flabby and slow as heck, Lucas Browne was just. You remember the heavyweight division like about 5-6 years ago when everyone was flabby. There was this really dull period where Vladimir and Vitali were just playing ping pong with the rest of the heavyweight division, and everyone just showed up fat and unmotivated and failed drug tests and all that kind of stuff. Lucas Browne is a kind of throwback to that era. Just horrible to see a heavyweight looking like that. And I know, like, the man's been knocked out. I should be showing some sympathy, but he didn't take his profession seriously, and sometimes that ends in a knockout. So that's what happens. But watching that, I kind of got to the point where I was like, Dillian Whyte was great. Dillian Whyte showed he's a very good fighter, and I was happy for him having this moment because I'm having the thought that I don't think it gets any better for him. I know he wants Deontay Wilder, but that ends in brutal knockout. I can't see any way he beats Deontay Wilder. I just can't see it. Deontay Wilder just hits so hard, and he actually can box to a level better than Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte can compete with him for a little while, but Deontay Wilder will catch him sooner or later and will get him out of there. So I don't see that route leading to anything fruitful for Dillian Whyte. I know he's going to push that part because that's the only belt that isn't in Joshua's possession after Joshua Parker. So either you fight Anthony Joshua or you fight Deontay Wilder for a belt. Those are your only two options, and the Joshua fight isn't plausible because there's bigger fights out there for Joshua, i.e. Joshua Wilder or Joshua Fury or Joshua against whoever the hell he wants to fight. He's going to sell out in the stadium. He does not need Dillian Whyte, even though they have what Dillian Whyte called some chemistry. But you know, if we make that matchup again, the build-up would be great and the fight would be really, really good again. But that's up to Joshua to decide if, when, and how the fight happens. And Dillian Whyte can't be standing around hoping Joshua looks his way. So the only route for him to move forward is to fight Deontay Wilder, and that is not a pretty thing. If I was Dillian Whyte, I'd want to fight Deontay Wilder because I believe in myself. But beyond that, I think if Wilder and Joshua gets made next or soon after next, Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder will have all 4 belts. And as we know from watching Terence Crawford do the same thing in the 140-pound division, and everyone else who's ever unified or swept all the belts, they fragment very quickly again. All the mandatories are way too much of a commitment for a champion to keep up with. So eventually, someone will gather all the belts, but they're going to lose them all again, and then they'll fragment. Then you can end up fighting for a vacant belt. You might just be lucky enough to fight a Povetkin level guy or a Brazil level guy for a belt in about a year, 18 months. Or you might fight Yuri Fury or someone like that, someone beatable. So if I was advising Dillian Whyte, I'd have one eye on that. That could be a way to make yourself a heavyweight champion. Because the Deontay Wilder route, it doesn't end well. And Anthony Joshua's already beaten him and would beat him again. Overall, we have to reflect on tonight and say Dillian Whyte had this moment. It was beautiful to see it because he's a guy who's come up the hard way. He grinded, got that ban years ago, and it looked like his career wasn't going to progress. But he's grinded himself up to this level. Headliner, the O2, put on a really, really good show, ended it spectacularly, and launched his name up there with everyone else that's at the top of the division. So you got to show him respect for getting to where he's got to. And he's an example of just grinding, doing every single interview, making sure his face is seen everywhere, you know, calling out whoever he needs to call out, just being ambitious and trying to climb the ladder. So salutations to Dillian Whyte. Do I think he troubles Wilder? No. Do I think he troubles Joshua? A little bit, but overall, no. And do I think he can win a world title? Yes, if he doesn't fight either of the two aforementioned names or Tyson Fury. So if it's not against those three, he has chance. But yeah, let's see how it shakes out for him. Facts Only Boxing.